Kia ora, hello, welcome everyone to the stream. Thank you to everyone for joining. Big hello to Grave Reaper, welcome in. And Wasdale Timelapse, hello, welcome in. Great to have you here. Well, we're back on Witcombe Park. I have to say I've been missing it. So looking forward to getting back into it again. And yeah, we have some big contracts to do. If we have a look at our contracts, here we go. We've got a big mowing contract and a fairly big bale wrapping contract as well. So we have done the maintenance on their tractors. A couple of them needed some maintenance. And so now we're going to get the class tractor up and we'll get Ewan to start mowing the grass for us on that big grass contract. And then we'll pick up the baling tractor and work on those bales. So I hope everyone had a great weekend. We had a long weekend, which was still far too short. But yeah, wasn't too bad. And of course the big news today was the announcement of the new DLC. So don't know what everyone thinks of that one. I'm less than ecstatic. Hey, no worries, Grave Reaper. Thank you for doing that. I'll drop a link to your channel later on when we have a few people in here. 10 more days of school left for you. Nice, and then summer holidays, is it? Nice. Whoop. Driving and reading doesn't work. Big C 437. This is Farming Simulator 25 by Giant Software. It has summer holiday for you, is it, Big C? Awesome. Yeah, I've got a while to go before I get a summer holiday. It is winter time here. Depends on your point of view. A lot of people enjoy being able to chill out with this game. That's what I like about it. Something to do, something to occupy the mind and just chill out and relax. Hey Cher, welcome in. Thank you for joining. It's cooled down where you are. Oh, that's good because you were suffering with that heat, I know. And yeah, Big C431, close, New Zealand. This game gives you anxiety. Yeah, it can do that. It can do that. Right, let's turn this cab around. And let's see if we have got Ewan on there. Yep, we've got Ewan in there doing his thing. He's going to mow this field for us. This is a big one. This is 30,000. So that'll keep him busy for a little while. What's New Zealand? Never heard of it. Also known as Middle Earth. Where are we? Let's go up here. Hey, and KK Great Vids, welcome in. Hope you are having a fantastic day. Yeah, you'll have to wait and see what happens for around Christmas time, mate. There's our used equipment yard. Not sure if there's anything in there that I would be interested in at the moment. Thinking of possibly getting a Fent or a Vultra later on, but yeah, we'll make do with the class. So let's go and find this first field and get the bales wrapped. My NASCAR live last night didn't go as planned, but I'm in contention for the championship. Oh, nice one. At least you're still in the running for that. Yeah, sometimes things don't go according to plan. Just ask any team in the NASCAR or touring car circuit, they'll tell you that. So when I took on the contract for this field, the farmer said it can be a bit tricky to find. I've got to go up past the farmhouse and into the farmyard and got to go in between a few buildings. So could be fun. Here we go. Alright, let's unfold the wrapper. And let's try and do these bales the correct way instead of load them in properly. Hey Artem, welcome in. Great to have you here. Thank you for joining. Finished cutting grass right before not rainstorm. Tired but happy. Rain means plants watered. No work outside and a day off. Definitely, mate. Definitely. I'm glad you got the lawn mowed before then, or the grass cut before then. Probably wasn't a lawn, was it? It was field grass. Vincent Moffat, hello, welcome in. Thank you for joining. Hope you are having a fantastic Wednesday. It is, of course, Wednesday evening for me here. So I have had an interesting Wednesday. You forgot it was Wednesday. Yeah, I'm having trouble remembering it's Wednesday because usually I've done 3 days of work, but this week I've only done 2 days because we had Monday off, which was nice. It was King's birthday weekend. It's where we, what's the word I want? Celebrate the King's birthday, even though it's not the King's birthday. And before the King started reigning, it was known as the Queen's birthday. Yeah, Artem, it's actually making silage. So these are grass bales and we're wrapping them so that they'll ferment in the wrapping. Quite a common thing in New Zealand. Wednesday's usually my day off. A nice one, Artem. Yeah, I usually get Saturday and Sunday off. Which is quite good because I know a lot of people that have to work Saturdays as well and only get Sunday off. Yeah, KK, great vids. Done until August. Nice one. School holidays for you, eh? Nice. Hey, Robert McInnes. Hello, welcome in. Thank you for joining all the way from Scotland. Hope your Wednesday's going well and it's not too hot for you. All right, now we've got to find some bales. I have a feeling they might have gone through here. Yeah, there they are. Oh well, I've only borrowed the equipment, so a few scratches on the paintwork won't matter too much. Okay, great vids. Make the most of it, mate. After the 6 years of torture, you then have a lifetime of torture. Yeah, Robert McGuinness, it's raining there now. Yeah, it was raining here today. But yeah, I believe you guys had a bit of a heat wave. Hope it wasn't too hot for you last week. All right, so that's that field done. And he's slowly getting through that big field. Mind you, it is a big field. Yeah, you had a heat wave there, Robert? Yeah. Yeah, I've got a few friends over there in the UK, and they were saying it was just not what you guys are used to. Mind you, it was even probably way hotter than what I'm used to be honest. Yeah, I just don't like school even though I don't go to a public school. Yeah, I can understand that, mate. But yeah, when you start working, yeah, I don't know. It's a little bit better in that you do probably get some money, but that's probably about it. And KK Great Vids, Friday's going to be 87 degrees Fahrenheit. And yeah, Robert, you weren't used to that. You just hope that it wasn't all the summer that you're going to be getting. Yeah, that's fair enough, Wadsdale. Yeah, I hope you get a bit more summer than just that. I used to watch a lot of Time Team, and they were always joking about how English summers were always wet. And it would always seem like that they were doing a dig in the rain. Yeah, I'm not too sure what 87 degrees Fahrenheit is. I'll have to convert that to Celsius. I've never used Fahrenheit my whole life, so yeah, always seems a little bit odd. Celsius just seems so much simpler. It's 0 degrees is freezing water, and 100 degrees is boiling water, with all the temperatures in between. Hey, Cher, you drove Thomas the Tank Engine train on Train Sim World? Nice. Hope he behaved himself. Hey, Queensgate, welcome in. Thank you for joining. It's a chilly 55 degrees when it should be in the late 70s here in Kentucky. Yeah. Yeah, so you're not getting the warm weather that you guys should be getting. 65 Celsius about? No, not quite. KK Great Vids, 65 Celsius would probably kill most people. Usually a hot day is about 35 to 40 degrees Celsius. Is an extremely hot day. But I'll just work out those temperatures and do a little bit of a conversion. Won't take me long. Yeah, Fahrenheit freezing is 32. Yeah, like I say, with Celsius, that's just 0 degrees. If we get 0 degrees during the winter time, it means we're getting a frost on the ground. Because the dew would have frozen. Right, let's see if we can get Copilot to sort out these temperatures. Okay, so 87 Fahrenheit is about 30.6 degrees Celsius. So that's going to be a warm day, especially a warm day around here. And let's see, 55. Yeah, so 55 is about 12.8. So yeah, that's getting cool. That's a cool day. Even around here, and yeah, should have been getting about 21. So that's a comfortable day. 21 degrees here. 70 Fahrenheit is a comfortable day. And yeah, autumn, summer is not summer, at least for now. Yeah, well, I have to say, winter's not winter at the moment. It's actually, we got a bit of rain, but it's not cold. Yeah, no, there's a bit more to it. Yeah, you got to do the temperature minus 32 times 5/9, 5/9, apparently, is the correct calculation. So yeah, Fahrenheit to Celsius is a difficult calculation to do in your head. Yeah, KK Great Vids, I understand. It's what you grow up with. I grew up with Celsius, so I've experienced a 30-degree Celsius heat, so I know what 30-degree feels like. Whereas I have experienced, a 50-degree Fahrenheit heat, but it's never been known to me as being 50 degrees, if that makes sense. And Shane, hello, welcome in. Thank you for joining. It's 40 to 48 degrees Celsius sometimes in South Africa. Yeah. So would that be a dry heat or a wet heat? We get a lot of wet heat in New Zealand. Usually it's quite muggy and sticky. So I don't know if it's like that in Africa or whether you're getting a dry heat. And just a reminder, people, because I usually forget to do it as well, if you haven't hit the like button, hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, feel free to do that as well. And if you think someone might enjoy this video, feel free to send them a link. Yeah, dry heat, yeah. Yes, a slightly different heat to a wet, muggy heat. Here is bone dry in PA, yeah, except for the river. No, we had a lot of rain yesterday and this morning, so. But apparently we're going to be heading into an El Nino, which means things will dry out. Yeah, Shane, I do that all the time, mate. Or use Copilot now. Yeah, I can never do the calculations in my head. Yeah, so Giants announced their new DLC. Not sure what I make of it, to be honest. Most of the DLCs I've released I've been fairly happy with, but this one just seems to be, yeah, just equipment we've already got and no real change, nothing new in game. Like the Rito pack had oversowing of grass, so that was a change in the game mechanic. The Nexit pack, just big equipment, that we hadn't had in game before. Plains and prairies, we got Ford. Everyone thought, great, we get Ford trucks as well, but no. But yeah, it's definitely a side that was overlooked a bit, was the bigger equipment. Yeah, Shane, it's funny, when we moved to New Zealand, you guys don't have rain for 2 or 3 months. It's too dry, but in South Africa, we don't get rain for 6 to 7 months. Yeah, it doesn't take long for us to go into drought. Yeah, the grass in New Zealand is definitely used to getting watered regularly. At least with these rectangle bales, you don't have to worry about the bales rolling away. So yeah, I am looking forward to seeing the clumps of dirt falling off the equipment and all that, but it's sort of like they need to do it for all equipment, not just that equipment. It should be a full gameplay mechanic, not just reserved for a DLC. Yeah, Shane, humidity kills you. Yeah. It does me too, mate. It does me. That's the reason why we have an air conditioner in the house. Try and reduce the amount of humidity. Yeah, KK, great vids. As far as manufacturer, you were just saying about Ford. My NASCAR games, I started with Dodge, then went to Chev, and then went to Ford, and still a Ford race car. Yep. Yeah, I like Ford race cars. I didn't get close enough. Yeah, Shane. Yeah, I'm exactly the same. I think disappointed is the word. It hasn't really given us anything really new, except what should have been already in the game. Yeah, just trying to get the season over, and I have 12 plus wins so far this season. Nice one. That's a good record. Okay, so I think that's all the bale wrapping contracts done. Oh no, we're missing a bale somewhere. And I'll have to find that bale. It's a square bale, so shouldn't have gone far. I think I see it all the way down there. Would be the one that's furthest away. Yeah, I hope the base game equipment gets that kind of physics and all that sort of thing. Otherwise, you're paying for stuff that should be in base game. The only DLCs I have is the one with Ford and Mercedes-Benz truck pack. Yep. Yeah, the Mercedes-Benz truck pack was great. And MacDon pack. Yeah, MacDon's a good one too. You actually get an increase in yield if you use the MacDon. I actually went back to an old game save I had on Riverbend Springs. And I had a couple of crops that I needed to harvest with the Macdon. It was a lot of fun. I was thinking I should do this here too. Get the Macdon. Yeah, after the season is over, I'm going back to Farming Simulator. Not saying I won't do another season, I just need a little break. Oh, you do. Racing is intense. You don't get a chance to relax when you're racing. Whereas, that's what I like about Farming Simulator. You get a chance to relax. Yeah, well, that's what people do here, is watch me do missions at the moment. Although we have got our sheep now, we've got a sheep farm. So I'm really stoked about that. But I need to save up some money for... I'm thinking of getting the Dutch sheep barn for winter. Giving the sheep a bit of shelter over the winter time. And I like the Dutch one because it's got a addition to it that you can add straw and it will produce manure, which does make a lot of sense. You know, if you've got a lot of sheep in a barn, they are going to make manure. So I think it's really good the way he's done it. It works on any map because it's basically just a production that he's done. You add straw, you get manure. It just happens to be next to a sheep barn, so it makes sense. So I think it's a really clever idea. Yeah, I was thinking about real life races, but I don't have a car to even start and not talented to build one. Yeah. Yeah, it's an expensive hobby, car racing. Very expensive hobby. On the Macdon, they need is a draper header so you can cut the grass like in real life. Yeah, they haven't got that, have they? They have got the mower you can attach to the Macdon pack, but you can't use a header to do it. Hey, share. Back, tea made, cats fed, important things done in the right order too. Hope you're enjoying your cup of tea. Now, I wonder what tractors I've got here. I got a Voltra. Might have a look at those while we're here. I'd be better off joining a online team and doing that. Yeah. I've got the Voltra, but I think that's probably a bit small for what I want. Yeah, only 210. Now, what do we got here? That's the 7S. I like the Massies, but that's probably a bit small. And we've got the New Holland. But yeah, bit small too. I need something with about just over 300 to run those mowers. Hey, and KK, great Vid. Could have a cup of tea right about now. Fair enough. So yeah, I'm thinking of maybe looking at getting a reverse drive Vultra or maybe a reverse drive Fent. Definitely pay a premium for the Fent. They are definitely worth a bit more than the Vultra. So yeah, I'm not too sure. Not often you have to pass a motorbike, is it? Usually it's the other way around. Yeah, you don't drink coffee, fair enough. I definitely drink coffee. Nice having those animations, but it's not so nice when the joystick decides to pop the hood up when you're driving. Fortunately, something like that has never happened to me, but I have heard of it happening, where the hood just pops up and you're driving on the road doing 100 kilometers an hour and suddenly you can't see nothing. Right, I think he's finished that big contract. No, just about finished. So we've got those ones done, but we've got I think there's a couple more contracts that we can do. Some fertilizing contracts. We already have a maximum number of contracts. We'll collect those ones. Yeah, Shane, you love Fendt tractors because they are very luxury tractors. Yeah, apparently they're great tractors too. So Now, it looks like we need to get some more fertilizer. Have you seen a tractor with 8 wheels? No, we don't have big ones over here. South Africa might have, though. Yeah, Shane, Fendt is a great tractors, but they are very expensive. Yeah, very expensive in-game too. I think just trying to figure out the best way to get to where we need to. Ooh, my driving is atrocious tonight. Yeah, it's like an 18-wheeler, just a tractor body. Yeah, there's some amazing machinery out there. No, I did not know that Fendt invented the CVT transmission. But yeah, CVT does make sense for tractors. Not so much for cars though. Don't like CVT transmissions for cars. Queensgate, yeah, I think the Big Bud was getting pretty close to that. Although the Big Roy by Versatile is also a extremely large tractor. It's like looks like a train locomotive. Hey, share, not at all. You're quite welcome to share your random stuff. Yeah, it might do. Although if I've got such a big monitor in front of me that if I put another monitor on top of that for the chat, my head's going to be up like that. And besides, half the reason why you guys are here is to see me crash. I know. Yeah, the big birds are primarily used in Western US. I think they're used in Western Australia too. There's a few in Western Australia. In Kansas, Texas, Arizona. Yeah, big land areas there, very similar to Western Australia. Biggest tractor is an exit. Yeah, it's a big tractor, but it's sort of like it's a different kind of tractor. Yeah, it's very long or wide depending on whether you're working it or driving it along the road. But you get something like the big bug. That is a big machine in a traditional tractor sense. Yeah, Queensgate, eastern half of the US have smaller fields. Yep. Well, that's because it was settled earlier. So before the big equipment was came around, so people had to have smaller fields. Um, if you've got a huge field like you have in the west, imagine trying to plow that with a horse. Yeah, don't mind your rants there, Cher. In fact, maybe I missed one. Apologies if I have missed one. I wasn't ignoring you. You had a rant, I missed it. Yeah, Queensgate, you live in Kentucky and Indiana, shorter fields. Now, yes, sorry, Cher, just noticed that. My apologies for missing that one. Yeah, I liked your cottage build. Looked good. And Thomas did behave himself. That's cool. Sorry, chat was moving a bit too fast there. Trying to keep up with it. Hey, you got some pineapple lumps. Yum. Nice. For those of you that don't know, pineapple lumps is like pineapple flavored toffee surrounded in chocolate. And they are very, very nice. So let's go get Ewan sorted. Yep, biggest tractor on the market today is the John Deere. Yep. Although I still know a lot of people that will sooner drive a case than a Deere. And someone actually did a test with a Versatile and a case. And the case just had a little bit more pulling power than the Versatile. Yeah, you got root beer. Nice. Something we don't have here in New Zealand is root beer. And Queensgate, that's the field size, is it? About half a mile in length and some close to a mile, but that's about it. Yeah, and Shane, you like the John Deere because of the technology in them? Yeah, I think the only thing I've got against John Deere is everyone was going on about, oh, John Deere's finally in the game and all that, and I'm sort of thinking, yeah, okay. Everyone was so excited. And then I've heard the stories about, John Deere forcing farmers to have their equipment serviced only at John Deere dealers, and they can't do their own repairs on the farm. So yeah. And KK, great vids. I'm a New Zealand New Holland person, although I have a case combine. Yep. Yeah, I don't mind the New Holland CR10. That's quite a nice machine. But yeah, Class is up there as well, the Lexan. Oh, nice one. Brought the pineapple lumps for me. He's just come back from New Zealand. Nice one. Oh, that's nice. Yep, I quite like pineapple lumps, I'll be honest. And yeah, Shane, I feel like Australia's farming is way bigger than America's farming. Yeah, I've seen some of the YouTubers with the American farming, and yeah, some of their stuff is pretty darn big. Some of their fields are huge. New Holland and Case are basically the same company. They are. If you look at the tractors in the game, it's only sort of the front end that's different. The back end looks exactly the same. There we go, we'll get Ewan working on that field now. And KK, great vids. Okay, I think I'm going back out now. Have a good rest of the stream. I listen, but I'm not going to comment unless it's interesting. No worries, KK, great vid. Thanks for jumping in, appreciate it. Now let's jump back up here and do this contract. They used a case 970 disking a field half a mile long with a 10-foot disc. Took all day. It would. It would. Get the right key combination, then put it onto steering assist, and we should be good. Yeah, Shane, love watching the videos of the contracting companies in Europe. The amazing equipment, some of them even have their own dealership. Yeah. Yeah, I watched some of those too, and you know, looking at some of the equipment that we don't have in New Zealand, quite amazing. So I'm hoping next month we can get a bit of more variety, maybe get some cultivating, maybe some ploughing. Yeah, KK, great vids. You're right there. Every part of the world has something different. Excuse me. I'm gonna have to go. Have a good night and a good stream. Yep, thank you, Shane, for jumping in. Appreciate it. You have a good night. And I hope you have a good day tomorrow. Yeah, KK, great vids. It's 5:06 in the morning and I still haven't got to bed. Think I'm a morning person. Yeah, I don't think it quite works that way, mate. It's not like I have to be able to do anything. Yeah. Yeah, no, I definitely have to get up to work tomorrow. One thing about fertilizing with the liquid fertilizer is it doesn't take long to do the field. And Queensgate, you're at work, get off at 6 a.m. Night shift. Yeah. Well, thank you for jumping in while you're at work. Appreciate it. I do that for a few streamers as well, and it's not easy. I know that. So thank you. Alright, so hopefully we'll get the field fertilized before the mowing contract finishes. But yeah, we'll have to see. So what do you guys think about having boar in the field all the time? I don't know. I don't know if it's something you see a lot in Europe, but I don't recall people in Americas complaining about it. And I guess we have a little bit of wild boar problem in New Zealand, but most of the time they stick to the bush. Yeah, work at a supply chain warehouse. I'm the only one here with a truck driver to supply a company if they need parts. Ah, sounds like a job with a bit of downtime. One of those jobs, bit of downtime, and yeah, sometimes it's just crazy mad. Hey, bearded dude, welcome in. Yeah, you're right. I don't see any deer. I have seen some deer, but it's definitely more boar now. Definitely. Oh, it looks like he finished the mowing contract before I finished the fertilizing. You got it all wrong, dear bear, but what we have to worry about. Yeah, I'll tell you what, boars in New Zealand are vicious. You meet one in the bush, you definitely don't want to meet one in the bush. They don't run away from you, they run towards you. Yeah, definitely. There are still some deer around, but I think I see a lot more boar now than I see deer. Right. So next field we want to go to, field 21. So right, I think we will go this way. Hard to know which is the quickest way to get there, but we'll go this way. Bears destroy the entire field. Yeah, that's something we definitely don't have in New Zealand as a bears. And KK Great Vids, we have deer, but they're not on the public hunting lands. It's all private land. That's why farmers have issues. Yeah, we've got deer. They were introduced in New Zealand, and they're a bit of a problem. They sort of destroy the native bush. And the wild boar are the same. They were introduced, and they do a bit of destruction as well. And sure, you feed the boar. But like a cassowary, oh yeah, oh, they are vicious birds, cassowaries, and quite sizable too. Yeah, if you meet one of those in the Australian bush, you're in trouble. Yeah, so we haven't had any mods released in the last few days. I think the last one was that Vultra pack, which I have to say I quite like. It's quite good. But yeah, we haven't really had anything since that. I'm guessing they didn't release any mods today because they didn't want to take away from the announcement of the DLC. It sounds like we have another patch coming shortly. Patch 1.20. Hey, no worries, KK. Great vids. Thanks for jumping in. Appreciate it. Hope you have a good day later on. So we've finally got some diesel on the farm, so we don't have to go to the gas station anymore. Another one. Yeah, another patch. Not too sure what they'll be fixing. This patch has actually been pretty much benign for me. It doesn't seem to have broken much. It has improved the texturing quite a bit. So yeah. So I don't know what they'll be fixing. I guess maybe they'll be adding the physics in to the base game. That would be good if they do that. So we'll get this set up on the other field, and then we will get Ewan moved to the next field. He's only just down the road. I probably should get auto drive set up on this and start using that, so I can just send the workers via auto drive. But yeah, that's going to take a bit of setting up and assessing and remembering how it all worked. I haven't used auto drive for years. Alright, I think we can probably get away with just driving it like this for the short period of time that we need to get to it. What do we have to do up here? Only just across the road, albeit a relatively busy road. So far so good, still relatively quiet. All right. Okay, let's get back to our spraying. Let's see who finishes their job first. Okay, I've put a bit of channel links in. Brave Reaper popped in earlier on, and AK Great Vids was here as well. And I put Share's link in as well. Actually, I should probably feed and keep forgetting to feed myself and give myself some water. A bit like that in real life too sometimes. Get so busy with something. Okay, so I'll see what the polls say. So on our horizontal stream, 50% said, wait, what? There's a new DLC. And 33% said, yes, looks interesting. 17% said, no, the physics should be the base game. And 0% said, yes, I have a season pass. And on the vertical stream, 67% said, yes, it looks interesting. 33% said the physics should be base game. And Zero said that they have the Zero season pass, and 0% said, wait, what? There's a DLC. So, yeah, interesting results. Alright, looks like we finished the fertilizing contract before the mowing contract. So that should give us a fairly sizable income. We've spent a bit on sheep, so we did have some outgoings this month. So I don't know if we're going to be making a profit or whether we're still negatives, even though we've made quite a bit in the contracting. I guess we can have a look at it and see what it's like. I think he's got stuck. Hey, Joel, FS25, hello, welcome in. Hope you are having a fantastic Wednesday. Oh no, it's still going up, 57%, so he's still doing something. So yeah, hopefully he can continue on in this weather. Alright, let's get these vehicles cleaned up. I've actually driven one of these in real life. They are quite a big machine. You do feel like you're driving a truck. Yeah, my day wasn't too bad. Put it this way, I've had better days. But yeah, it was nice to get back into the farm sim and yeah, spend a bit of time on this map again. Even if it is just contract. Hey, Loyal 600, yep, using an AMD, what is it, RTX 9070, I think it is. Got about 16 gig of VRAM, so definitely helps with the game. The more VRAM you can have, the better. Yeah, I've been quite happy with it. I moved over from NVIDIA. Just found NVIDIA were just getting way too expensive. And AMD just released these cards at the time, and yeah, they were still reasonably priced, so I grabbed one. Now I've been quite happy with it. My monitor's locked in at 60 hertz, so I lock the graphics down to 60 hertz. Let's have a look at our sheep. Actually, one thing I've noticed since the patch is, I don't know if you've noticed how the rain sort of fades in and out. It's almost like the loop ends and then there's a pause before it starts again. Maybe they'll fix that in the next patch. So yeah, we've got enough feed here in the meadow. Yeah, I agree, Loyal. A lot of the NVIDIA cards I was looking at only had 8 gig of VRAM. And it was sort of like, yeah, I definitely need more than 8 gig. Hey, Big Steve 431, hello, welcome in. Great to have you here. Contract's finished, right. Yeah, see how the rain fades in and out? There we go, just about finished. Yeah, mine is the XD. Yeah, Wasdale had to look at the 9070 GPU at my local supplier, and they were $579. Yeah, that's about what we paid over here to New Zealand dollars. So with the conversion. So yeah, they're not a cheap card, but they're still less expensive than the NVIDIA variants. Yeah, you noticed that with the rain too, Share? Cool, I'm not the only one then. And what CPU do I have? I have a Ryzen 7. All right, so I miss this with the base game Xerion as the pad that swings around. Thought that was a fantastic feature. Now there is a mod that changes the ground dynamics. So you actually get a bit of slippage with the wheels, and that destroys the grass. So you have to be careful on a grass. I'm just sort of wondering, you know, would have Giants been better to implement something like that instead of clumps of dirt falling off of the equipment? I don't know. Because even when they do something great, like, you know, the cameras on the Mercedes pack, they never revisited any of their existing equipment and got the cameras working. It actually took a modder to do that. There is a mod available, PC only, I'm afraid, and that's the annoying thing. It took a modder to do what Giants should have done straight after they released, or when they released the Mercedes pack. I feel like Giants just seems to miss so many opportunities. It's like, yeah, we've got this equipment out now, we don't care about it. And there is the other company I talk about, SCS Software. They do Euro and American Truck Simulator, and you know, they release new things. Like they released raindrops on the windscreens a while back, and like that wasn't just for the brand new truck, that was for every truck in the game, even the old original ones. So they actually implemented it for everything. Whereas Giants just seems to, we've got this fancy new thing, but it's only for the new equipment. Right, let's collect those contracts and then see how much money we've made this month. Okay, that's a big one, 30,000. All right, so we've actually made 130. We've got 130,000 in the bank. So that's actually not too bad. Quite happy with that. So I'm thinking of putting the barn in here on this bit of land. maybe flattening it out a little bit, doing some earthworks, and putting the barn in there. I think that'll be quite good. So anyways, let's have a look at our finances. We've actually made £44,000 this month. Spent 58,000 on new livestock, 20,000 on a new mower, bit of construction costs. Leasing costs are quite high, and wage payment was worth it though. Contract income 138, 483. So yeah, I'm happy with that. It's been a good month, considering we started with absolutely nothing. Yeah, I'm really happy with the way things are going. You know, we were stealth sleeping in the bush just behind the town when we first started, and now we actually have a house and sheep. Now we only lease the house because I'm a Kiwi and I'm on my OE. I'm not a permanent resident, so I can't own any property in the UK, but I can lease it. That's a story. I don't know if that's how it works in real life in the UK. Someone from the UK could tell me that, but yeah. And hey, thank you to our newest subscriber. Welcome to the Kiwi clan. Hope you are having a fantastic Wednesday. So I don't think there's any more contracts that we can do. And I suppose we could do a deadwood maybe, but yeah. Not too worried about that. I think what we might do is skip through to the next day. Hey, nice one to share. Going shopping. Fantastic. I hope you have a good Wednesday. So, yeah, let's go and check out. I don't know what we've got in the way of contracts, if we've got anything. Nothing new, but hopefully that will come right shortly when the contract system works its way out. Actually, I should... forgot to eat again. Should go and have a full meal. Yeah, catch you tomorrow, Share. Thanks for jumping in. Appreciate it. Been great to have you here. Sorry for missing your other comments there before. Do try to keep up with the chat when I can. Let's see. Control L. Eat a full meal. There we go. And Control I, fill the bottle. Right, that's better. So it would be good if some harvesting contracts came up too. I'd probably have to borrow the harvester, but that's okay. Let's just give our equipment a bit of a check. Right. Blow the dust out. This is all some mods available, PC only, I'm afraid, but yeah, advanced vehicle damage. Nice mod. That's looking good. Yeah, probably you're only human. Yep. I think I have to keep this video as proof that I'm not AI. In case YouTube demonetizes me for being AI. And that one's all good. Hopefully we'll be able to use the JCB in here. So I should probably check on that one. And that's looking good. I might fill up that tractor with diesel. Just waiting for those contracts to flick over. All right. That's all fueled up. All right, let's see if we can force some contracts to come up. Okay, looks like we've only got a deadwood contract to do for now. Actually, a lot of them are actually right on the top of the bush line, so yeah, I'm hoping to do something more than just deadwood. Deadwood are good during wintertime, but not so good during the summertime when we want to be doing the other stuff. So this one was only a short drive up the road here, so it's drive up here and then we can quickly do the deadwood and hopefully something will have come up. Make sure that we've got the right hand tool. And this one's been a fan favourite, so I keep ending up having to go with it. People seem to like this for some reason. Have to admit, I don't mind it either. Something about the sound of the lightsaber. Yeah, very uneven surfaces around here. Quite like that. Feel like there's a reason why people didn't farm here. Why it hasn't been made into a field. I'm not sure if this is the last one or not. Guess we'll find out. Hey, we've got a ploughing contract. Hey, Joel, FS25. Yes, I eat meat. Quite like a steak, and very partial to lamb chops and lamb roast. Very nice. Okay, so we have got quite a lucrative ploughing contract. But we will need to buy a plough. And I think you guys all know what plough I'm going to go for. Let's head back to the yard and pick up the class. Overshot our turn off. Here we go. So yeah, we have got a bit of equipment on hire purchase, but it was definitely a good way to get started. So we might stop off at the local used dealers and see if they've got any ploughs for sale. And hey, just a reminder to everyone, because I quite often forget to, hit that like button if you haven't done so already, and if you haven't subscribed, do that while you're there. And if you think someone might enjoy this video, feel free to share it with them as well. Let's just park up over here. Interesting colour scheme on that Massey Ferguson. Looks like it was owned by a kindergarten. And what do we got here with the Voltra? Only 210. Yeah, not big enough for what we really want. That cedar could be good though. How much is that? 53. You have to have a think about that one, but maybe not too much, not for too long. It could be a good way to get a, well, I think it's a planter, isn't it? Not a cedar, so it could be a good way to get the planting contracts done. But yeah, it doesn't seem to be any ploughs around here. So we'll go off to the dealer and see what they can do. But for me, there is only really one plough that I usually end up getting. It is based on real life equipment as well. Unlike the lightsaber. Yep, unlike the lightsaber. Semi-realistic around here. Right, so...
the creator of this map. Thanks for giving it a try. I hope your experience here is smooth, enjoyable, and full of great moments. Hello, I'm Oxy, the creator of this map. Thanks for giving it a try. I hope your experience here is
That's
smooth,
right, I forgot I'd updated the...
Hello, I'm Oxy,
yeah,
the
all right.
creator of this map.
That's
Thanks
good.
for giving it a try. I hope your experience here is smooth, enjoyable, and full of great moments. Hello. Thanks for giving it a try. I hope your experience here is smooth, enjoyable, and full
Right,
of
let's
great
have a
moments.
look at
Hello, I'm Oxy, the creator of this
ploughs.
map. Thanks for giving it a try. I hope your experience here is smooth, enjoyable, and full of great moments. Hello, I'm Oxy, the creator of this map. Thanks for giving it a try.
There we
Your
go.
experience here is smooth, enjoyable,
Okay,
and full of great
so
moments. Hello,
we've got
I'm
these
Oxy,
ones, but
the creator
they're
of
actually
this
quite
map.
expensive.
Thanks for giving it a try. I hope your experience
I
here
could
is smooth,
possibly pull that
enjoyable,
one,
and full of great moments.
possibly that one
Hello,
too,
I'm Oxy,
but
the creator of
this is the
map.
one I'm going to go for.
Thanks for giving it a try. I hope
It is based on real equipment. I think it's French design. So, yeah, we will go for that one.
Hello, I'm Oxy,
And we
the
can
creator
actually
of this
pick up
map.
that contract
Thanks for giving it a
and
try. I hope
still
your
make a little bit of
experience here
money.
is smooth, enjoyable.
Hey, we've got quite a few contracts just come up. A lot of fertilizing. Lots of fertilizing. Good question. What about the sale? Yeah, just a cedar, which I've already got a 6-meter cedar, so Zeta tractor, but that's, yeah, probably a bit small for what I need. Probably be a good spray tractor, but I've got the Mercedes for that. And the Kramer. Now, I probably do need to get myself a loader when the sheep get shorn, so I can move the wool around. But and when they go into the barn, so I can move the hay bales around. We're probably going to be buying hay bales to begin with. All right, now how do we get to that field? Oh, yep, that way. Cool. Yeah, Joel, thanks for that. Thanks for jumping in. Appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday and have a great Thursday. Yep, thank you, Joel. Will do. Ashley Wasdale, you should have spoke up. My apologies. I didn't put your link in the chat. So I'm just doing that now. Fixing that omission. My apologies. Yeah, if I have forgotten anyone, just shout out. I don't miss anyone out on purpose. It just slips my mind. And I'm more than happy for anyone to shout out and say, hey, can you put my link in? Especially if you have something interesting like Wasdale's. The star time-lapse are absolutely awesome to watch. Or you have a simulation channel. So yeah. But yeah, don't be afraid to, just yell out and say, hey, can you put my link in? A lot of people put my link in their chats when I was first starting. And some still do, and it's a great way to get the channel out there to other people, definitely. All right, for these parts, this is a relatively flat piece of land. But yeah, I think I'm going to have to call it a night there. It is just past 10 o'clock now, 10 p.m. I wish the tractor wouldn't move like that. But yeah, thanks for everyone for joining. Have a great Wednesday. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Hit the sub button if you haven't subbed already. And feel free to share this video with anyone who you think might enjoy it. But yeah, until next time, have a good day, a good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in the world and whatever time you're watching this. And until next time, probably tomorrow, bye.